Meow, meow. Guten Tag. Hello. Welcome back to my lectures of my book, IT ERP Project, 33 Years of Experience, 99 Thoughts, 66 Minutes to Read. Today, we are in Chapter 12, Don't Do Too Much in Parallel. Like always in all the lectures before, straightforward recording, no cut, no special sound enhancement, just you, the camera, and me. Lecture of the chapter, reading it, and then explaining you what my idea was behind. If you like it, spread the YouTube links, spread the Spotify, the Apple Podcast, the Amazon, or whatever. Make it go up. Thank you very much. And now let's start. Chapter 12, Don't Do Too Much in Parallel. During project execution, we will face challenges that many things don't go like we planned them. Then we tend to find ways to optimize the progress. These include strategies like adding more resources, but be careful. Typically, elementary school math question is, if one musician plays a song in 5 minutes, how long does it take if you add 4 more? Not 1 minute. It still remains 5. And if they want to play it proper, they need some preparation time. Beginning already with the next step, even though the step before is not fully finished, is complex. Like multitasking, it seems to be, on the first glance, a good way, especially when you have more people or different teams working on different steps. But like multitasking, the coordination of these activities make things more complex. And the overhead in coordinating and controlling these tasks eat up much of the benefits and make things riskier. If you can avoid, then go step by step, finish each step on time and diligently. I think all of you have faced that issue that in any project you came to a point where the progress was not what you wanted the progress to be at that point in time. And then it's the question, how can you achieve? Typically, we try to advance or push back in the future the next phase to have more time. If there's a wall, we think how we can squeeze time of the next execution, hoping that time we can execute it. Or if that is not possible, we try to optimize and maybe, and that is the critical thing, do things in parallel or add more resources to be faster. And as said here, doing more things in parallel can be complicated. The project manager asks, how long does it take a woman to get pregnant and a baby? 9 months. And if I add 9 women, 1 month. No, that's the complete wrong calculation. You can, in sometimes by adding up more resources, maybe reduce the time that is for the execution needed, but the coordination overhead can dramatically increase, especially if it's resources that were not yet involved in the project. Throwing 3 more developers in a project where you already have 6 developers ongoing and they come maybe from a different project or maybe from a complete different setup, even though if they're great guys, they need some moment to catch up with where you are, how you work and all that stuff. So adding up more resources can be good, but the overhead, the administration part might make it complicated. It's like an orchestra at the beginning. If there's one musician, you don't need somebody who orchestrates it. If you have 10, 100, 400, it's more complex. You need more training time. You need more time to get the big picture together to play it as one. And advancing tasks that were planned in the future because we are not yet finished by the setup, but we can already start testing is very, very risky. Because if people go for testing and come to the point where the setup is not done, they are frustrated. Or maybe development deliveries are not yet delivered. They are about to be delivered in 2 weeks when we are testing this, and then they are not delivered. And people get frustrated because they wanted to test. So you will be in a situation where you cannot avoid this. But prepare the people right if you have to go for an overlapping, starting with the next step when the step before is not yet completely finished. And we all know we can plan any time for a task, short or long, and that time will be used for the task or even more. I think here it's also the critical part of project management that you have somebody who coordinates and orchestrates that the individual tasks remain in time budget, and also financial budget, but in time budget to go for the next step properly. Adding complications by steering parallel things which should not be done in parallel can be critical and crucial for success. Avoiding it would be lovely, but I think you can't, so keep the overlapping, the multitasking to a minimum part, and be sure that you have the one who orchestrates in the middle, the right person who can orchestrate the one older part which is not yet finished and the parallel part that needs to be started, that don't create a collision and in the end make a burnout for the processor of it. So that's what I want to say. Straightforward. Thanks for listening. See you next week. If you liked, spread it out. Give me a like on YouTube or in any of the MP3 podcast channel. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Adele. Meow, meow.